Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we have a DJ, house DJ in the house, or in the car. And he's going to tell us all about his latest track and what he's done for a living and how he got into the business. So nice to have you here today.
Hello mate, how's it going?
So come on, tell people your name, who you are, what music.
My name's Josh Parkinson. I'm a DJ and music producer. I'm just en route to film a live stream that's getting aired next week. I thought I timed it all nicely, but all the trains are cancelled. So I just jumped into this gentleman's car and look, we're having a little interview.
So Josh, how long you been a DJ?
I've been doing it since I was, literally about 13, but I started playing in my mate's pub when I was 15. So I've been on and off since then, but taking it seriously since I was about 24, so about 9 years. Okay. And been releasing music for the past 5 years. My first one was out on Ministry of Sound.
Okay.
But yeah, I started making music in a weird way. I've always been into it, but didn't have the money to get the studio equipment. And then I actually won a game show called Total Wipeout, if you know it. Okay. And with the money from that, I bought my recording studio stuff.
How much was the money?
10 grand.
What?
Yeah.
Hey. Well done.
Yeah.
Man.
So I feel like I manifested it. I bought everything online of what I wanted, then went to Argentina to film it, and then come back with a bag.
So you travel all over then?
Yeah. So I travelled the world with it. The year before the apocalypse happened, it was all going nicely. I just DJ'd in a lot of places for the first time. DJ'd in Miami, Dubai. I'd just been in Australia. I just got back from Australia when the pandemic hit. I had a track out over there and just did a couple of gigs and then come back thinking it was all good to go for this 2020 summer. And then that happened.
So it sounds like you've been doing well.
Yeah, it's been going good.
In the business. What have you learnt from your time in the business that you wish you knew when you had started?
Maybe a bit of patience. I always got taught it from my peers, like DJs and people I'd worked with. But literally when I first started making music, I was like, this one's a banger, and then the next day I'd try to send it to people. Whereas now when I'm making tunes, I sit on it for a month or two before getting overexcited and sending it to people, because I've got tracks out at the moment that I wish I didn't try and send out straight away, because I hear so many bits in it that I'd love to change. But I think being overexcited, I was trying to get it out there too fast, being like, go. But yeah, I'd say just have a bit of patience, relax, and your tracks will become better with a little bit of that. But yeah.
That's good. That's deep. So, how long does it take to produce a track on average?
It can be. Literally, I just made one this week. I was DJing at a festival last week called the Estate Festival.
In England?
Yeah, it was going on all month. It's a socially distanced one, but the first one where I felt a bit of normality because we camped. And it was banging. But I felt.
The police there?
Yeah, the police actually turned up on Saturday to check it was all going all right, and it was all sweet.
But it was in the countryside?
Yeah. So it was all outdoors.
They would have seen them coming from miles off.
Yeah, well, it was an official festival. It's all properly done. It wasn't an illegal number or anything.
How many people roughly?
I can't remember, to be honest. I'm not fully sure what the number was, but it was all really well done. It was great, to be honest. But having said that, so writing tracks, I haven't wrote one in a month, but then come back from that feeling quite inspired and just finished one in 2 days that I'm super happy with. But it can take a lot longer. Sometimes it doesn't click straight away and you keep rolling with it. But the one I had out 2-3 weeks ago with DJ SKT, I wrote that, sent it to him. He loved it and wanted to put his own spin on it, so we did it as a collab. But that all happened really fast because they wanted it out as Stashed Records' 100th release. So it all happened really fast. We had it out, after finishing it, we had it out within like 3 weeks, when normally the build-up time can be sometimes up to almost a year of when you've signed it to getting it released. So
you spoke about other DJs and the older DJs telling you just to take it slow. Who's your kind of mentor, your go-to guy, or someone that you really admire, gave you inspiration?
Someone, well, a lot of different people inspire me, but someone that really has been there for me and looked out for me advice-wise, all sorts of business, like booking me for things, is Sam Devine. She's been very supportive. I signed a record to her label, Divine Sounds, a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago now. We knew of each other, but met properly randomly in Bali. She was DJing for New Year's Eve and I was there, and I just was like gonna go see her. Spoke to a couple of mutual friends and they sorted out the guest list and that, and then met her, and then we ended up hanging out for a few days, and then the record I was actually writing in Bali and finished on the aeroplane is the one she signed to her label. So yeah. Okay.
So the beauty of this business, it seems like there's a lot of collaborations going on. A lot of like, I've done this. Do you want this? We can do something. You don't want it?
Well, it's like when you're kind of getting in the scene, like everyone's trying to make the same goal really, and you know, some people are a bit egotistical, but there's a lot of really nice people in it who are just literally there for the vibes. But yeah, man. So it's just it's cool.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, that's good. Sorry, there's a lot going on my mind now.
It's all good. You're doing what you're meant to do. You're driving well.
Yeah, what's your favourite track?
My favourite?
That you would want the listeners to hear.
One at the moment that I'm absolutely loving is a Javi Bora mix, but spelled Javi. Javi Bora remix of Carlo, which is spelled Carloh. I think the track's called So Good, is it? But it goes off. I mean, I've not had many opportunities to test out tunes at the moment to crowds, but the first time I got to play it properly to someone was on Friday, and it went off. Okay. But I've got a radio show on Select FM as well. Fridays 2 till 4.
Select FM.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to catch that.
What frequency is that?
Well, we've just gone legal. So we're getting our radio frequency back, but we was one of the longest running pirate stations for like 15 years, like house station that is. But it's really weird with radio because Kiss was pirate, Rinse was pirate. It's like and to be able to go legal, you need to have an audience. So it's like it's kind of backwards. You have to have the audience to be able to go legal. So it's like you have to do the other side well. Which is like kind of saying if you want to be a doctor, you got to be a good drug dealer, I guess. It's a bit mental, you know. You got to get away with it, and then you're sweet. It's like what the. So it's a bit mad.
So Pablo Escobar would have been a good doctor then.
Yeah, exactly. He would have been the full medic.
They got us there.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the impact? Last question. You've been a great guest. What's the impact you want to have in the world?
Literally, I'm quite into the whole manifestation, got quite spiritual the past couple of years, and I was just thinking saying to the universe, like, I just want to spread good vibes, happiness, peace, and love. Really, it sounds quite cliche, but it's like a lot of DJs are out there to try and be famous or be the man that everyone's paying attention to. But all I want to do is bring good vibes with my music, and that's my favourite bit about DJing. Just like on the weekend, like I said. It was just so good to be with a crowd again and seeing people just having good times and seeing smiles on faces. Like that's all I want to do. I want to just spread good energy around. And that's me.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
Big up, mate. Big up. Nice random interview.
And we wish you well. We hope you liked that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.